Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. We were discussing the verse where Musa alayhi salam was called to Tur Sina, and where Allah Ta'ala spoke to him, Allah Ta'ala gave him his scrolls, etc. In his absence, there was a person by the name of Samiri, and they were annoyed, they were frustrated at Musa alayhi salam that he's gone for such a long time. So they took the jewelry, the spoils of war that they got from the people of Fir'aun, from the Coptics, and they fashioned out a calf. And then this guy was so clever, he took some of the dust from under the hooves of the horse of Jibra'il, because Jibra'il obviously was a great angel, full of barakah, etc. So that would create a type of life in the soil. And he took some of the dust and he put it into the calf. And as a result of this, some sounds were coming from the calf. And then he managed to convince the people to worship the calf. When Musa alayhi salam came back, he was very much annoyed. So Allah Ta'ala says, وَلَمَّا سُقِطَ فِي أَيْدِيهِمْ وَرَأَوْا أَنَّهُمْ قَدْ ضَلُّوا قَالُوا لَئِن لَّمْ يَرْحَمْنَا رَبُّنَا وَيَغْفِرْ لَنَا لَنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. And when they became remorseful and saw that they had gone astray, they said, if Allah on us and forgives us not, we shall certainly be from amongst the losers. Right? So that is now what had happened, that they realized their folly. So okay, read from there, inshallah. وَاتَّخَذَ, right? يُخْبِرُ ta'ala. من ضل من حلي القبط حلي القبط. Right. So in this verse, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, يخبر ta'ala, Allah Ta'ala is informing an dhalali man dhalla, about the misguidance. Man dhalla was misguided. Min Bani Israel, from amongst the Bani Israel. Fi ibadatihim al-ijla, in them worshipping the calf. الذي اتخذهم الذي اتخذها لهم السامري, the one the Samiri made min hulikil qibti, from the jewelry of the Coptics. الذي كانوا استعاروه منه, the one that they borrowed it from them. So this shows you here, this wasn't in the previous lesson, that the Bani Israel, they would borrow jewelry from their masters, they would borrow jewelry from the people that they were working for, etc. Right? And then when they fled with this. It was like, so to say, like a Malia Hanimat. And then Samiri told him, look here, this doesn't belong to you. You can't keep it. We need to do something with it. Carry on. Right. So فَشَكَّلَ لَهُم مِّنْهُ إِجْلًا, he fashioned for them a calf. إجلا, a calf. ثم ألقى فيه القبضة من التراب الذي أخذ من أثر فرس جبرائيل عليه السلام فصار إجلا جسدا له خوار. They are told interesting. So he fashioned the calf. ثم ألقى فيه القبضة من التراب. Then he put in it a fistful of sand. التي, the one, أخذها من أثر فرس جبرائيل, he took from the footsteps of the horse of Jibreel عليه السلام. فصار إجلا, it became a calf, like a body calf, right? له خوار, that had some type of sound. Right, carry on. Yeah. وَالْخُوَارُ صَوْتُ الْبَقَرِ. Remember, khuwar is the bellowing of a cow, right? Khuwar, the mooing of a cow. Carry on. Right. Right. وَكَانَ مِنْهُمْ بَعْدَ ذِهَابِ مُوسَى لِمِيقَاتِ رَبِّ تَعَالَى. When did this exactly occur? This was from them after the going of Musa alayhi salam to the meeting place of his Rabb. Remember, Allah Ta'ala وَوَعَدَ مُوسَى 30 لَيْلَةً وَأَتْمَمْنَا بِعَرْبٍ was it وَوَعَدْنَا مُوسَى 30 لَيْلَةً وَأَتْمَمْنَاهَا بِأَرْبَعٍ. That same verse, right? Right. So when Musa went for his appointment, right, miqat with Allah Ta'ala, and then this is when they got up to this nonsense. Remember, I told you about the one alim from the Tabligh Jamaat, what he said here. Remember, he said Musa alayhi salam abandoned da'wah for 40 days. That is why these people resorted to shirk. So how can you fault Musa alayhi salam? He was only fulfilling the command of his Rabb, and that he's supposed to uh, meet him. So how is it the fault of his? Carry on. Right. فَأَعْلَمَهُ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى بِذَلِكَ وَهُوَ عَلَى الطُّورِ. Allah Ta'ala, interesting, Allah Ta'ala informed him that Musa alayhi salam, your people back there have taken the calf, they're engaging in calf worship. Now I'm just thinking this for my own side now. This is, I never seen any kitab. You know the Hindus in it, they worship the cows in it. Maybe they got it from here, maybe. This is maybe, you know, remember every prophet came and he guided his people. And then when he left, the people became misguided till another prophet came. So maybe these people, they got the cow worship, the calf worship from the Samiri, from the people. Maybe you must see, research it anyway. فأعلمه الله تعالى بذلك. Allah informed وهو على الطور while he was on Mount Tur حيث يقول تعالى إخبارا عن نفسه الكريمة. Right? The way Allah Ta'ala, right? حيث Allah Ta'ala says إخبارا عن نفسه الكريمة, informing about his noble self. قال فإنا قد فتنا قومك. Allah Ta'ala is speaking about himself. إنا قد فتنا قومك من بعدك وأضلهم السامري. That verily we tested, Fatana, we've tested your people after you left them. وَأَضَلَّهُمُ السَّامِرِي. And Samiri has misguided them. Right? Samiri. So Allah Ta'ala is saying, look, we've been sent in the dunya as a test. الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. The one who has created life and death so that we can see who is do the best action. So Allah Ta'ala also put them to this test. Allah Ta'ala presented the test in front of them. Allah Ta'ala is Khaliqul Af'al. Allah Ta'ala creates the Af'al. Man is Kasib, man chooses. So Allah Ta'ala put this test to see are they sincere, will they remain firm, etc. Right, carry on. Right. So وقد اختلف المفسرون في هذا الإجر. هل صار لحما ودما له خوار أو استمر على كونه من ذهب إلا أن يدخل فيه الهواء فيصوت كالبقر. Interesting thing here. Look here. Remember, listen, I see what Samiri done. He took the sand under the hoof of the horse of Jibra'il. And because it was so blessed, it mentioned wherever the horse would tramp, after it becomes green, so it has life in it. So he saw, hey, this the soil under, it is blessed soil. You know, through the barakah of Jibreel salam, the sand comes to life. تهتز وربت وأنبتت. Quran says, not about it, say. So he put that in the calf. Now, what was the effect of the soil under the feet of the horse of Jibreel? Did he just make the calf or did it give the ability to the calf to make sounds, or did the calf actually turn into a physical calf, like it had blood and they understood that's what we're saying. So there's a see there. وقد اختلف المفسرون في هذا الإجل. The Mufassirun had differed في هذا الإجل with regards to this calf هل صار لحما ودما, did it become like a real calf that we experience, right? Daman lahu khuwarun, that had the ability to bellow, that had the ability to make sounds. أو استمر على قونه من ذهب, or did it continue to be just like sometimes you go to these to the mall, you find a calf, what you call or you go to the merry-go-round, they have those horses, merry-go-round horses. I'm sure when you were small, you went on it. So just like a shape or form of a calf, and just like when the wind comes, it makes a sound, right? So أو استمر على قول من ذهب إلا أنه يدخل فيها الهواء, that the wind enter فيصوت, it makes a sound كالبقري, right? Now فقد right, اختلف على القولين. So some Mufassirin say no, it actually became a physical calf. Some ulama say no, it just had the shape and form of a calf and it will make sounds, right? Allah Alam, Allah Ta'ala knows best. Carry on. قال تعالى فلا يرون الا يرجع اليهم قولا لا يملك لهم ضرا ولا نفعا. Right. So ويقال إنهم لما سوط لهم الإجل رقصوا حوله وافتتنوا به. He said, right, لما صوت لهم العجل, when the calf began making sounds like this, right, رقصوا حوله, they all thronged around it, right, وافتتنوا به, and they were put into a test as a result of that. They were put into a test as a result of that, right? Carry on. Yeah. So they said, Hada ilahu wa ilahu Musa. They said, this is the God, your God, and the God of Musa alayhi salam. Remember, I told you from Ariful Quran is mentioned there that somebody said, look here, Musa alayhi salam went to visit his Rabb. But you are so fortunate, your Rabb came to visit you. Your Rabb came to visit you, Fanasya. Right, carry on. Yeah. So Allah Ta'ala says, that, oh man, how stupid you are. This is similar to the verse of Ibrahim. بل فعله كبيرهم هذا فاسألوا إن كانوا ينطقون. They wanted to know who killed the idol. So Ibrahim said, بل فعله كبيرهم, the biggest idol done it. فاسألوهم, ask him if he can talk. So what was Ibrahim alayhi salam doing? He was drawing their attention to this. He said, look here, this thing, if you ask him who broke the other idols, he can't even answer you. So something that can't even answer you, how can you expect him then to be worshipped? How can you take it as an ilah? How can you worship it? You understand what I'm saying? So you see, also we learn like from that verse and from this verse, simple arguments that you use in presenting the dawah. أَفَلَا يَرَوْنَ أَلَّا يَرْجِعُ إِلَيْهِمْ قَوْلًا وَلَا يَمْلِكُ لَكُمُ الضَّرَّ وَلَا نَفْعًا. So simple things, when you're giving dawah, speak simple things. Don't you see? أَلَّا يَرْجِعُ إِلَيْهِمْ قَوْلًا, it cannot return to you a statement. وَلَا يَمْلِكُ لَكُمُ الضَّرَّ وَلَا نَفْعًا, it does not have the ability to harm and give benefit. So how can they want to worship a cow? Yes, it's making a sound, but it can't benefit you. It can't harm you. It can't do anything, right? Carry on. Yeah. So وقال في هذه الآية, and also it is said, Allah Ta'ala speaks about also with regards to this statement, أفلا يرون أنه لا يكلمهم ولا يهديهم سبيلا. Don't they see أنه لا يكلمهم, that it does not speak to them, ولا يهديهم سبيلا, and it does not guide them. So how silly they want to um, take as a God something which can't show them anything, which can't guide them, right? Yeah. ينكر تعالى عليهم ضلالهم بالإشي. Allah Ta'ala is rebuking, Allah Ta'ala is reproaching upon them ضلالهم, their misguidance, bil ijli, with regards to the calf. Right, carry on. Right, so it's يذكر تعالى عليهم ضلال right, وذهولهم, right, you write it's مفعول also, it's a مفعول of يذكر عليهم وذهولهم an, right. Yeah, well, and Allah Ta'ala is reproaching upon him ذهولهم, they're forgetting. That's why also in Urdu you say मुझसे ذهول हो गया وذهولهم an خالق السماوات, and them conveniently forgetting the creator of the skies and the earth. How silly. You're turning your attention to a useless calf and you're forgetting the creator of the heavens and the earth, right? Yeah, they're forgetting Rabba kulli shay, the Lord of everything and the owner of everything, right? Yeah, and abadu ma'ahu, they worshipping what Allah Ta'ala, ijlan, a calf, right? Jasad, a physical thing, lahu khuwar, that has sounds. How silly is it, right? Well, arshada yurshidu, right? La yukallimum, it's something that cannot speak to them. Wala yurshiduhum ila khairin, cannot guide them even to any good, right? Yeah. ولكن غطي على أعين أبصارهم, right? أما الجهل والضلالة, we can say okay ولكن غطى على أعين أبصارهم أما الجهل والضلالة, so the blindness of ignorance and the blindness of misguidance, it covered up upon the eyes of the eyes basairim of the insight. That's what it means. In other words, the uh, 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 ignorance caused them to waver from the truth, not to see the truth. You understood it? ولكن غطى على أعين أبصارهم أما الجهل والضلال, the blindness of ignorance and the blindness of misguidance, it covered the intellect. It covered the intellect. They couldn't see what was the truth. Carry on. Right. Exactly like how كما تقدم, like how previously in the kitab it is mentioned, كما تقدم عن أبي الدرداء, from Abu Darda, قال رسول الله حبك الشيء يؤمي ويسم. What does it mean? This is a nice thing, you must remember it. حبك الشيء يؤمي ويسم. Your love for something makes you deaf and blind. What does this mean? When you love something excessively, you don't see the faults, you don't see the weaknesses in that thing. So if you love somebody very excessively, like a person maybe he got excessive love for his children, and then as a result of that, he did not see that they are being naughty, he does not see that they are being misguided, etc., etc. So I'm saying, حبك الشيء يؤمي ويسم, that your love for something, يؤمي, أعمى يؤمي, it makes you blind, ويسم أصم يسم, or صم يسم أصم, makes you blind. So you must look beyond that. You must look beyond that. The same thing, these people, they were infatuated with the calf. They were infatuated with the calf that was making sounds. They were blind to the fact that this thing here is it is a, what's the right word? What is inanimate thing? It's a non-living thing. Forget about being a god. It doesn't even have life on its own. It can't even benefit itself. It can't even harm itself. How can it benefit us as human beings, etc. Right? ولما سقط في أيديهم, right. So ولما سقط, when ولما سقط, when it fell in their hands. That's what the literal translation. But this is explanation for أي ندموا على ما فعلوا, when they realize. So what the verse is saying, that they were temporarily blinded by the ignorance. They were temporarily blinded by the infatuation for this calf, and as a result of that, they could not see straight. This reminds me of another hadith. They say that one is the hadith we say, ما رأيت ما رأيت من أحد ذي لب ذهب به من ناقصات العقل. I don't have the words right, but anyways, I never see a person of intelligence, that a person of a defective intelligence can take his intelligence away. Like when a man is infatuated with a woman, he'll do funny things. He'll do. funny things. So same thing here. When you are infatuated with something, then you are blinded to the truth. You are blinded to the reality of things. That same thing here. That's what he's saying. And so, but now when I say when the dust settles, and I say, hey, what a mistake I made. Hey, nadamu ala ma fa'alu. Then when they began regretting upon what they done, right? Right. And they saw that they were misguided. قالوا لئن لم يرحمنا ربنا, if our Rabb does not show mercy upon us, ويغفر لنا, and he does not forgive us, لنكونن من الخاسرين, then we will be from the losers, right? من الهالكين, right? So this is what saved him. So after you make a mistake, ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا. Remember Shaitan, what he said? أأسجد لمن خلقت طينا. Must we make sajda for those people who created from saying so. قالوا لئن لم يرحمنا ربنا ويغفر لنا لنكون أي من الهالكين. وهذا اعتراف منهم بذنبهم واتجاه إلى الله عز وجل. So this was an admission, اعتراف منهم from amongst them بذنب what they mistake, والتجاه إلى الله, and they're turning towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there also we learn that when you make a mistake, you must accept your mistake immediately. What must you do? Accept your mistake and turn to Allah Ta'ala. The same like how Adam alayhi salam said, قالوا لئن لم يرحمنا ربنا اغفر لنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. So this is the way that when you realize your mistake, immediately you turn to Allah Ta'ala in repentance. Otherwise, there is no hope for you. Okay, time is up. We stop there. We'll continue Monday, inshallah. Subhanallah.